Hi everyone, it's Sunday the 24th of May, and just thought I'd give you an update on what's been happening since my last video. We're still in lockdown, obviously, and importantly, I hope everybody is well, and so are their families and friends. But being under lockdown has enabled me to get quite a lot done on the layout, and the following video will show you what's been happening on Medway Peninsula. As always, I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who's subscribed. There's been some new people coming on board too, so we're up to I think about 234. So that's really is brilliant and a lot more than I thought. And I do say a real big thank you to everybody who has continued to subscribe, and everybody comes on who's new. So thank you once again. There will be a couple of items that you're more than welcome to have a laugh at my misfortune. There's one where I had problems with the factory end vaccine, and you'll see what's happened. Another one, I don't know if any of you have used to subscribe to Jerry Allen at Kampala Road over in Uganda. Now Jerry had a terrific layout. He's moving, I think, back to Australia. But he was Mr. Unlucky. It's almost every logo had some issue or not. And I seem to have inherited it. If some of you had looked on Facebook, you'd see that I'd shown you where I'd got a Merchant Navy class rebuilt, and I had it on the rolling road. I usually run them in DC before I try and put a chip in, and that was looking lovely, and I thought, oh, brilliant. So I'd ordered a TTS decoder, Merchant Navy rebuilt, and because I've got on pre-order a Merchant Navy unrebuilt, I'd ordered a TTS decoder for that as well, just in case it went out of stock. So I looked at the instructions. Getting the tender body off was nice and easy, 2 screws. I thought happy days. Off came the tender body. As always, checked where pin number 1 was in relation to the decoder. Yep, okay there, in it went. Nothing. My NCE rather, power cab couldn't read as a decoder. Nothing. Damn, I thought, I know, I'll try the other TTS decoder. Pop that in, absolutely the same. Nothing at all. I'd been fiddling around with the class 59, so I thought, well, let's just see. I know that decoder works. Let's just see if that worked. Popped it in, and then all of a sudden it's just shot off in reverse. I had no control over it, didn't recognise it, so there we go. Packed it up, spoke to Hattons, who, as always, are terrific, and that's now making its way back to him while waiting a refund. So, yeah, I haven't been too lucky on some of the purchases, if you remember, but there we go. I seem to have accepted that this is part of the hobby. I wanted to give a shout out. One is to Stephen Hargate at Newbottle Station. Now, he's just in the very embryonic stages of getting his layout going, but what he has been doing is, in the meantime, some local walks along the disused railway line, and he's in the Old Colliery area up in the northeast, and they're brilliant. He's really done them well. He's got his little son with him. He's done some research, and they're 2 interesting videos, and I would urge you to have a look and give Stephen support, because he's going to be starting his layout soon, and it'd be nice to see him getting a few more subscribers. They're coming on, but let's see if we can push them. But it's certainly worth a look. So there we are. couple of videos coming up, just showing you around the, uh, the layout and what's been happening. Okay, so catch you shortly. Okay, so what has happened? Well, if I pen you across, you might say, Kev, that looks a different back scene, and you would be absolutely right. What happened is that, and it's probably purely down to my fault, I came into the garage and found that this back scene on the right had fallen down, fallen off the back of the baseboard, ripped the back scene. If you remember, there was another 10 Commandments plaster building like this one ahead that was just about here, and it had fallen forward and smashed into the fencing. Needless to say, there was a little tear in my eye and a few swear words. So the back scene that went with this one, the ID back scenes industrial one, yeah, it was just ripped. So I thought, what do we do? So it was a case of getting out the sprays and whacking some sky and clouds up, and for the gap, because I just thought it had slipped a couple of times, that say plaster resin building, and I didn't want it to happen again, so I built this one. Pretty simple, just out of foam board and using some of the scale model sceneries, downloadable brick papers and doors, and as you can see, it's Kate Jaw Hair and Beauty, and Kate Jaw incorporates Katie and Georgia, my two daughters, and also one of the buildings was a little bit tatty, so we've now got Harding, Carter and Pierce, and that again is just foam board, brick papers, and Harding, Carter and Pierce, well, Harding is my wife's maiden name, Carter is me, Pierce is my mother's maiden name. So you can see how it now incorporates here. Aldi, we've now got the shopping trolleys, and as you can see, the lazy people, as usual, can't be bothered to pop them into the trolley holders, and they've just left them. And as is traditional with Aldi, we have the pallets by the entrance. We've got the Aldi sign. You might say, Kev, that fencing looks shocking, and don't panic, folks, it's only there temporary, just to give me an idea, because being sensible, I ran a coach along this area to make sure it didn't foul the fence, but being stupid, I didn't take into account this area here, and the first time I ran a loco, it went straight into the fencing just about here. So that is just temporary, just to give me an idea of how much fencing I needed, and that will be drilled in properly. So as I say, this is only temporary, but it gives you an idea of what's happening at the top end. Okay. Okay, so here we are at the station end. Not a lot has happened on this area, just a few more little bits of detail put in. We've got the first of the train trek signals in place, full installation will be later. We've got now some people about, which is nice. So more to be done, but just wanted to get other areas done first. So there we are. That is a station area. Okay, so now we move on to the High Street area. Once again, there's Aldi in the corner. We've got the office block and the houses. As you can see now that the road markings have gone in. I don't think the road was down actually on the last video either. We've got some fencing here, and again folks, don't panic, that is only tacked in temporary just to see where things are going to go. Houses, bit more detailing to be done, street lamps to go in. We've got a van there, and as you can see, Peter Dixon on one of his videos just said he did not like to see vehicles going down the road with no driver, which is fair. We're not yet at the moment of driverless vehicles. So you know me, not one to want to take things apart. I bit the bullet after spotting that the Oxford D-cast vehicles are very easy to take apart, which I have done, and I don't know if you can see it, but we've got a driver in place. Let me move you back. We now go on to the bus stop and the shelter here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it there, but again, just wanted to get an idea of how things are looking. There's a King's Ferry coach. That's the coach that takes the Medway residents off to work to London, which is authentic to Medway. We move across, and I don't know if you can see that, but there is a driver in the van there, the Royal Mail van. We move across, again some more road markings, just tack down a little bit of paving here just to see how that will work, and the station needs to be looked after, but I've got there, I've worked out there's going to be the entrance to the station, and as you can see, I've got the church scene in place. So if I move you a little closer, as you can see, that's a Scoundell church. The lynch gate is a laser cut model. I've got some roses up along the side. We've got some gravestones there, a few more to be put in. Just over the back is the children's cemetery area. So yeah, that's a church. Now here you can have a little amusing story. I wanted obviously some grass area there, and if I pen you over to the memorial garden, now that grass, oh, we're going out of focus, that grass was from a local model shop, and it had almost a static grass feel, and I really liked it, but model shops are shut. So I went online and looked for something similar, and I came across a Javis roll, and I thought, oh, that looks around about the same colour. But if I can pan you around, and under here, this is what came out from eBay. I had to get my sunglasses on, and that was real bright, but I laid it down and just got some of the good old Rail Match Sleeper Grime to give it a bit of a tone down and a little bit of scatter. And I'm just going to fill the gaps along the side with a little bit of grass covering, maybe some 2mm static grass. But yep, that's a church area. As you can see, I'll give you a close-up of the back scene as provided by Jeff at Jumble Lane, and an excellent fellow he is too. So that's where we are. The factory area hasn't really changed, so I won't show you that, but that's what's been happening on Medway. Okay, something I have got recently is some more wagons, as you'll see. Now these are from Robbie's rolling stock, and I stumbled across his website, and he has a whole host of different wagons available in different liveries. They're all Daypole wagons, and he customises them. And this was very appealing to me because I'm always looking for Kent-based wagons. So these are excellent. The cost, I think, is about £11. So it's a brand new wagon, and you get the livery you want, and the price isn't obviously any more expensive than the standard wagon. So let me just show you. So we've got Royal Dockyard Chatham. We've got the Admiralty Navy Store, Pitch Collard, which is Canterbury. Now this one is Stratford, East London, but I am dipping my head to my roots as I was a Leytonstone man. We've got Tunhope in Gravesend, just down the road, and I managed to get another Shepherd Neame wagon, so I think I've got about 3 of those, so that'll be quite nice. So there we go. So I'm pretty pleased with these two, as Chatham Dockyard is just down the road. So that's Robbie's rolling stock, worth a look. Okay, so I hope you found that interesting. And yeah, as I say, the vaccine disaster, but I now can have a chuckle, and I hope you did too. Um, so there we go. That's what's happened on the layout. As you can see, still plenty of work to do, but we are moving forward. A couple of other things that I'd be looking to do on the layout is to wire in some lighting. I've got the start of that. I got that from Layouts for You. And also what I'll be looking, I've got the DCC Concept 5 amp power pack, which just boosts up the NCE system. So I'm going to put that in, and then I'm going to continue with putting in the signals. So we're getting there. So that's good. A couple of people I missed out on the earlier shout out. One is Tim at Family Model Railway. Um, as I mentioned before, it's a great channel. Tim's really done well. He's got N-Gauge, N-Scal, that's American, OO gauge for his young boy Eli, O gauge in the garden, and now the Rosemary Line, new channel worth a sub, and that is another OO gauge. So really interesting, and Tim does some great scratch building, so worth having a look there. And another shout out to my old mate Lee Whall. Um, Lee hasn't been well, so I'm glad he's back on the mend. But I was doing some work on the layout, and that's looking really good. So take a look there if you haven't already. So there we are. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Um, in a couple of weeks' time, and I can't believe it's been a year since I uploaded the first video. Lots happened, and I say thank you for staying on board with me. And watch this space, because I'll be doing a year anniversary video, and if I can work it out, there might be just a little giveaway as well. Nothing like on the David Dean Park side of things, but just a little token of my appreciation. So leave that with me, and so look out for that update. But once again, please, please, please keep safe, keep your social distancing, stay alert. That's a new mantra. And I'll see you soon. And from Medway Peninsula, cheers.